The world is witnessing a significant shift in the global balance of power. Countries like China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea are increasingly aligning their interests. This has led to concerns about the emergence of a new axis of power. These nations share a common goal challenging the existing Western-led world order. Their growing cooperation, especially in the context of the Ukraine conflict, has raised alarms in Western capitals. The Ukraine war has served as a catalyst for this alliance to solidify. Russia's invasion has been met with condemnation from the West, but these countries have offered a lifeline. They have provided military and economic support, undermining Western sanctions and efforts to isolate Russia. This emerging alliance has the potential to reshape global politics in profound ways. The implications of this new axis are far-reaching. It could lead to a more multipolar world where power is distributed among several blocs. This would challenge the dominance of the United States and its allies. It could also lead to increased instability and conflict as these powers compete for influence and resources. The world is entering a new era of geopolitical competition, and the stakes are high. North Korea has emerged as a key supporter of Russia's war effort in Ukraine. Despite international sanctions and condemnation, Pyongyang has provided material assistance to Moscow. This includes artillery shells and other military equipment, crucial for sustaining Russia's offensive. North Korea's support for Russia is driven by a combination of strategic and ideological factors. Both countries share a deep distrust of the United States and its allies. They see the West as a threat to their security and sovereignty. By supporting Russia, North Korea aims to weaken the West and bolster its own position in the international system. Moreover, North Korea sees an opportunity to gain financially and technologically from its relationship with Russia. In exchange for military aid, North Korea reportedly receives much-needed hard currency and potentially even advanced military technology. This cooperation allows North Korea to circumvent international sanctions and advance its own military capabilities. Iran has emerged as a crucial military ally for Russia in the Ukraine conflict. Tehran has supplied Moscow with a steady stream of weaponry, most notably combat drones. These drones have proven to be effective in targeting Ukrainian infrastructure and military positions, bolstering Russia's capabilities on the battlefield. Iran's support for Russia is driven by a shared animosity towards the United States. Both countries have been subject to U.S. sanctions and military pressure for decades. They view the Ukraine war as an opportunity to strike back at the West and weaken its global influence. Beyond military aid, Iran also provides Russia with economic support. They have circumvented Western sanctions through oil sales and other trade deals. This economic cooperation helps Russia mitigate the impact of Western sanctions and sustain its war effort. Iran's support has been instrumental in enabling Russia to withstand Western pressure. Section 4. China's Strategic Partnership. China's relationship with Russia has deepened into a strategic partnership, particularly in the face of shared opposition to the United States. While not directly supplying arms to Russia for the Ukraine war, China has become a crucial lifeline for Moscow. Economically, China has ramped up trade with Russia, mitigating the impact of Western sanctions. China's support for Russia goes beyond economic ties. Diplomatically, China has consistently defended Russia's actions in Ukraine, blaming the West for provoking the conflict. China sees Russia as a crucial partner in its efforts to reshape the global order, challenging the dominance of the United States. The growing alignment between China and Russia has significant implications for global stability. Their combined economic and military might pose as a formidable challenge to the Western-led international system. As their cooperation intensifies, it could lead to a more fragmented and unstable world order. Section 5. Global Implications: A Shifting World Order. The growing alliance between Russia, China, Iran, and North Korea represents a major shift in the global balance of power. This new axis of power poses a significant challenge to the Western-led world order that has been in place since the end of the Cold War. The implications of this shift are far-reaching and potentially destabilizing. Firstly, this alliance undermines the effectiveness of Western sanctions and diplomatic pressure. By providing Russia with alternative markets and diplomatic support, these countries are enabling Moscow to withstand Western attempts to isolate it. This weakens the West's leverage in international affairs and emboldens other authoritarian regimes. Secondly, the emergence of this axis increases the risk of a new Cold War. As these countries draw closer together, they are creating a bloc that is increasingly hostile to the West. This could lead to a period of heightened tensions, mistrust, and even military conflict. Section 6. The future of global power. The world is at a crossroads, facing a new axis of power. The alliance between Russia, China, Iran, and North Korea is reshaping the geopolitical landscape. United by opposition to the West, they aim to reshape the global order. The future of this alliance remains uncertain. Much depends on the Ukraine war and the West's response. The world is moving towards a multipolar system with distributed power. This era will see increased competition, instability, and conflict. Navigating this terrain requires astute diplomacy and strategic thinking. The old rules no longer apply. New norms are yet to be established.